me to another point, or one of the things that, it seems like you're really good at is being patient. Would you call yourself a patient person?
Yeah. I have low patience and low tolerance for like disrespect. But as it relates to business and people, yeah, I've developed more patience by smoking weed.
Okay. That's interesting. All right. You done made me lose my train of thought now. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So you named one rule that you talk about that when you're handling business. So what are some other rules that you live by when you're doing business? You're not doing it. Are there any other rules?
I mean, I have to. Yeah, how am I not? Interesting. I have to enjoy it, to the extent that I'm putting at least 8 to 9 hours a day into it. I like to write everything down on colored paper. I don't like typing notes because it's the same emotion and feeling. I like the art of writing, so everyone around me has colored pens and papers and a notebook that reflects all their dreams and chapters and on schedule. It's important to sit down and talk about your dreams daily with the people that are helping you achieve it. So, you have to keep talking about them. I put all my dreams on the wall, so I'm always looking at them. It becomes my wallpaper, so I never forget, never out of sight, out of mind. And also, it's important to me to think about it, really dream. Because if you think about something for more than a minute and a half, it becomes a manifestation. So I want everyone around me dreaming as well, so we can all manifest fast. I like manifesting fast. That's like an oxymoron there. That's how you get where you gotta go.
So in the beginning, you might not have had all these things figured out. What obstacles along the way helped you to kind of get to this place where you are now?
I think once you go through some real pain, you don't have any fear of anything. And you embrace things that most consider obstacles. I just call it part of the game. So when I'm rumbling, I'm not like, you swung at me. I'm like, bring it. I've been waiting for you. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, I'm going to fight it. Because this is what the game entails. So you have to know that you have to brace your face because you're going to get hit. But it's easier when you get punched. But you always got to punch back. And you have to love those problems. Line them up so you can shut them down.
Do you lose sleep over anything?
Not at all.
Like now, okay. What about the day, when you were 19? Were you losing sleep over stuff?
One thing that gets me to sleep is if someone I love is hurt, death or jail. But other than that, I sleep pretty well. Am I worried? What would I have to be worried? I'm worried about not going hard and letting dreams pass because I'm lazy. That's not going to happen ever, I just play games on my terms, so, I don't want to play nobody else's game. I create my own so I can make my own rules.
So how does someone do that in the beginning when they don't have, let's say, capital to start their dreams? How does that happen?
You got to be good at what you do. Business isn't because I want to be in it. It's because I'm good at it. You know what I mean? You got to really study the art and craft of what you're doing and be better than your competitor. It's not like you can say, I want to be a professional basketball player and just show up. You really got to be good. You got competition. You know, people think sometimes, oh, I just want to be a businessman. Nah, it's a professional sport. Especially when you want to be independent. If you want to, eat the food you kill, that makes you a different kind of animal, And eating the food you kill so well that you're full, and you got enough to make sure everybody you love eats well, nothing better than that. But nobody gives you that. So for me, it's like, if I got to, when it's time, I'm going to fight. And I'm going to fight hard for the people I love so they don't have to. But is this a hard fight? What, believing in myself? That's not hard. Being good at what I do? That's not hard. Staying away from something? That's not hard for me. Not hard for me. It's easy for me to stay away from the sucker. A lot of people like, I can't do nothing without a sucker. Well, you a sucker.
Yeah, I love it. So, before you guys talked about failure, so your concept, so you don't have a concept of failure in the way that we think of failure.
It's a failure. L should be a learning experience, not a loss. There's battles and there's wars. So if you go through something for the first time, it's rare you're going to be perfect at it. So you take a lump and you don't make the same move twice, but you got to come back. When you do anything for the first time, when you lift weights for the first time, you don't get muscles overnight. You got to feel some pain before the joints start growing and getting hard. Pull. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing in life. The more you work with something, the stronger you get at it. The less you work at it, you're going to be flat. And you ain't going to make no muscle. And whoever has muscle is going to dominate you. And it might be me.
You're sitting there with such confidence, and there's a lot of people who maybe don't have that don't have as much confidence as you do. Is there anything you can suggest to them? How do you become more confident?
Well, number one, you're usually really confident based on success or based on what you're doing really well. So you got to get good at it. A false sense of confidence is like an ego. But when you really know that you're good at something, why would you have any doubt in your mind? And, for me, fear is an artificial emotion that's implanted in our brain to make us scared to make our dreams come true. And I don't see the purpose of it. You only scared of things that people tell you to be scared of. For example, I got 4 dogs in here. What I notice is when they see another dog, they have no fear of death. They have no idea what it is. So what are they scared of? So you're born to be scared of something you know is going to happen no matter what. But the way it's introduced to you is to be scared of it. We all going to die, so why be scared of that? But we know that. So fear is like, it's about perspective and how you look at that. Undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
you got to kick the fear. Not being confident is on you, but that's on you. That's a choice. I'm going to choose to look cool or look corny. It looks cool. It looks corny being scared. Why I want to look like that?
Yeah. When you put it in these little simple terms, you're right.
Is that simple? People definitely complicate things and be scared that they ain't got to be scared of. But you scared of the way somebody else that's scared looks at you? A punk is scared of what a punk thinks? Makes no sense. Why would I care what a lame thinks about me? Why would I care with someone that's not playing the same game I'm playing? You can't even have an opinion on what I'm doing. Unless you fight my fight,
I don't want to hear from you. And if you was fighting my fight, you'd have nothing but respect because you'd understand what it is to be fighting at this level.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yo, because when I see somebody doing what I'm doing, I'm like, I can dig it. Because not many people built for that.
I was going to ask you, do you think everybody should be a business owner?
Yeah.
You think everybody should be a business owner? Really?
That's like saying, do you think everybody should be free? If you're not a business owner, then you got to work for somebody, right?
Yeah.
All right. So why shouldn't somebody have their own business? Then everyone will mind their own business. If everyone had their own business, they mind their own business.
That's so true.
You need to talk about another man's business and you got your own to watch. Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, man. That broke my heart.
We'll take this little break real fast. Okay, guys, listen, if you are liking this video, and if you're not liking it, like it anyway, share it with 3 other people. We got to get this word out. Dave is dropping jewels. I don't even see it together. Dave is dropping jewels right now in terms of business, about being confident, about getting, your business together. So please like this video, share this video. Make sure you send it to some other people, but there needs to be more likes on the board. I'm looking, I see a bunch of you guys signed on, but not enough likes, so please like the video. I agree with Farad. She said Dame is always dropping jewels. That's what's up. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Yeah, I like that. If we minded our own business, we wouldn't be in this mess in this country. That's true. Yes, Rose. So, what does success mean to you?
Being happy. You ain't happy. And also, as I'm coughing, radical, healthy, then you don't really have too much. Like, if you have all the money in the world and you're lonely and unhappy and everyone around you is sad, to me, you broke. I gauge wealth on who has the most love because that's the only currency that counts. You see people making up money now. Cryptocurrency tells you that. But you can't make up love. It's hard for somebody that can't buy happiness. You got to find someone you love, a partner. Y'all become one, and y'all enjoy everything y'all create thereafter. That's how I've always looked at it.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Your morning routine. Like, what do you do in the morning?
I get up. You want to know this whole? It's funny because I just did a TV show and I went through the whole. That's why I laughed.
Oh.
So I know my.
You always feel like people who are very successful, are millionaires or billionaires. Like, there's some things that they always do, and it's like they have a rhythm about stuff. So I just want to know, like, what's your routine?
So my son gets up. My wife, Rocky, makes sure my son's in my face. This is like 6:30. I go take. While I'm taking, I'm looking at my vision board that's on my toilet. In my toilet, I can walk to the bathroom and show it to you right now. Then I look at all the news and get my social media, make sure all that's straight. Then I go smoke a joint. Then Rocky makes me a whole gallon of sea moss water and, vitamins. I start drinking that, smoke another joint. And then I usually make a phone call or 2, call back to New York because it's about 10 in New York. Smoke another joint. And then I go down to the gym and work out. I turn on the steam room or the sauna, get that fired up, go work out. Oh, wait, before I go work out, I wash off the pool deck, because the dogs always piss on the deck, and I don't like piss on the deck. And then I smoke. And then I go work out. And then around 10 o'clock, 11, people start coming in that work at my home office. And we have a meeting about the day, sit around and talk about our dreams, scheduling, looking at edits. You know, Rocky and I and Nicolette talk. Then Rocky goes and talks to her staff. And then I usually get a foot massage. Oh, yeah. And, you know, Rocky makes breakfast, feed the baby, because he's doing that thing where he's feeding himself.
Yeah.
And also I'll get some time to play with him in his room, you know, a little bit. Yeah, and then we get to work. So about 12 after it's like we prepare for work. We might start really working after we call the plays, about 12:01, depending on what I got going on. And then it's usually right to the Zooms.
You know what? You know, when you're in your meeting and you're with your team and you guys are talking about your dreams, do you hold them accountable for following their dreams?
100%. So I can show it to you. We all got our notebooks, our folders, and they're all got schedules. And after I go through my stuff, I'm usually happy because they do my stuff. But then I'm usually mad because they're not doing their stuff for themselves.
Yeah, I remember when during the interview with OSB, I think Dr. Malik was talking about this Malik's Hall. He said that you guys said it was like, well, you know, what's your selfish dream? And then you were like, you can't come back to the meeting without an LLC. Mm-hmm. Is that how that went down?
Well, it was, you got to start your dream. Don't come back to because we have a meeting, we talk about entrepreneurship with the principals because you can't teach no kids how to get money if you're not. You can't teach a kid how to be an entrepreneur if you can't actually be one. So to show the kids, you want to know how they're going to listen to you. I listened to the plug on the block, whoever was getting the money, you know. So you got to have a vision, a dream. First, you know, you got to know what you want to buy, kind of. And, you know, you might want a big house that costs $20 million. Then you got to figure out what you're going to do to make that $20 million. And you dream about what's the best case scenario. What's the best way for me to make this money while I'm happy? And then you start to find your path. Because there is a path to get there. You just got to find it. And every path ain't for everybody. Everyone has different paths to get to the same goal. But you got to find the one that works for you. And that might mean walking up one path and figuring out this ain't it and going back down and starting all over and finding another path. But you got to keep looking for the path to get to the goal until you get to the goal.
Okay. Oh, that's so good. Okay, you guys, if please, if you want the streaming service, make sure that you are one of the first two people who have written down 8 different films of David's that David is associated with or in or made, directed, anything, and send that to infohobbyfilm.com. And also, if you have not purchased Happy, the documentary, please do so by going to Happy Film. We got a lot of merchandise. We got everything up on there. Okay, so you can get a bunch of different things, posters. We have a lot of good things. Also, if you want to donate, you can donate on Cash App at $Happy Film. And remember, all the money that you guys give us, we put right back into our guests and, with us getting the word out about Happy. Okay. So over the years, okay, in terms of like your approach to business, of running the business, how has it changed? Or has it?
It's changed a lot. There was a time I was using other people's money. And that meant that I had to convince people about my visions of taste and dreams. And I did well.
but you know, it was too easy and I did it really fast. And I didn't like the people I worked with and the people that were usually putting up the money and exploiting their culture. So I wanted to do everything on my own. You know, I just wanted to do it that way. I really do. It hurts me to raise money. And I'm going through something right now, or I might have to raise some money. And I'm like, I hate raising money, but sometimes it'd be great. Actually, most of the time, to really be great, you have to make yourself uncomfortable. And what I had to learn is to practice what I'm preaching. Because everything I'm saying and I'm telling you, I'm comfortable with it. And it makes a lot of other people uncomfortable to actually approach life the way I do. That don't mean I'm making myself uncomfortable just because I'm making you uncomfortable. I go through life trying to find things that make me uncomfortable so I can be great. And it's crazy. The things that make me uncomfortable is dependence. Where the thing that makes most people uncomfortable is independence, which makes no sense to me. You know?
Yeah. Much love here in the chat. So, you know, what are like some specific things, like you know, that happened to you where you were like, okay, like in terms of business, like you know, the way that you were approaching business, what were like some specific things that happened where you're like, okay, no, I can't do this again this way. I'm going to try it this way.
When I was seeing my partners exploit artists and being selfish, you know, when I was seeing certain tactics that I don't play, certain actions being kicked that I was going to kick, you know, like I would get in the street and suck up behind closed doors in the office.
So wait, what is it? Okay, what is a sucker? Like in your definition, like what is it? What does it mean to be a sucker?
A sucker is somebody that's around people that they don't like just for $1. A sucker is someone that looks the other way, that'll take any money, that'll cheat the win, which will never be a win. That's a sucker. Someone that goes for the gap. You know, just because somebody sells you a dream, you buy it, knowing it should be true, just because it feels good when they say it. You're a sucker. Someone has to sell out your friends or your family and compromise your morals and your principles. Sucker. Someone that signs on to a contract or a game and then cheats, whether it's written or unwritten. No honor makes you a sucker. All that. I choose to be sucker free.
I like that. Yeah, you know, and I agree with Nelson. He's like right there, real talk. Facts on facts on facts. Okay, all right. So go ahead. You were telling I just stopped you to ask you about what it takes to be a sucker. I mean, like what is a sucker? But finish telling me about the things that you know that happened to you where you were like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I got to do this over here.
I told you know, for me to get into specifics would be shitting on people that you may know, and I don't want to do that. But when I see people that some may think are doing things respectful, selling out their culture, I can't be a part of it. You know, I can't do business with the same people you do business with. The people you do business with haters. They're laughing at us. I don't care how much money they give me, I'm not giving you my culture. I'm a kid. So you gotta think, the biggest sellout gets paid the most by the people that he's selling to. You selling your culture to somebody else, they can pat you on your back and make you look like a star. As long as you keep selling out your culture. That's the one that gets rewarded by them the most. And then us, we celebrate that person because we look vicariously through them when they're giving us up for self-preservation and not sharing. That's a sucker.
So, I will just ask you about OSG. So OSG, for you guys that don't know, that's all school grounds. Can you just tell us, like, how did you, come to meet them? Like, what was your, like, how did you?
Blind, 100% respect my brother Ray. Like, he's my brother, so if he hit me and say, yo, I need to jump on the Zoom, I don't even read. I just jump on the Zoom. And this is one of those times I jumped on the Zoom, and when I got there, I'm like, oh, I didn't know this is what I was walking into. And, I was happy to see black educators, principals. I hadn't seen that pedigree of principal before. I lost a lot of respect for the educational system and the people that were in it. But when I met them, it made me approach things different. And I saw unapologetic heroes that deserve to be celebrated. Uncelebrated, humble people that work harder than most. And for kids. You know what I mean? So, my thing is, if I have a platform, I'm going to showcase whatever I think our culture needs to see. That's going to help and empower us. That's going to help the trajectory of our future as adults when we're kids. And that's them. And they've been a really strong family for me. Really. A real support system that you couldn't even understand.
Yeah, I definitely felt the love when I just got on that Zoom with them one time. Like the first time I got on with them, and I was like, it was the first year anniversary. I was in tears. I didn't know any of these people here, and I'm in tears.
Yeah, that's the love mafia right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, can you just tell us about that first?
Sorry about that.
You talked about a little bit before about Dash Studios. Can you tell us a little bit more about it and like where are you trying to go with this?
I mean, it's a television network and a streaming service with a point of view. It's about deprogramming. So, we're programmed to think that, we should be only celebrated on television if we're being dysfunctional, and our stories have to be told by them. You got to sell them our stories, and then they kind of like give you a fee, own it, and exploit it and reap all the benefits from it and control the narrative. It's about talking about what's real health, wealth, teaching you how to pass laws, understanding, your options as it relates to the history of like religion, where we came from, cooking shows like my girl, Rocky Got Health as well, travel shows, scripted, docu-series, music, books. And it's a platform to showcase people that may not have that platform that deserve it. If my block is clicking and your work is good, I'm gonna let you hustle on my block. So it's a sort of, it's power. Like we don't have a television network to get anyone we want elected. That's how you control the world with information. So if I have the attention of the world, I'm gonna give them the right information, not just to exploit the world and make money. I want to make money, but I want to make money healthy, not hurt.
Yeah, no, absolutely. When did you dream of the studio?
Right after I saw Rockefeller, I wanted to approach it different. It didn't make sense to do all that outsourcing. Like you're making millions of dollars of videos a year, you might as well just hire a crew to do it. Own the equipment, put all these creators in one place and let them do their thing. And, it was like before YouTube was even being monetized, before I had commercials. We were just making, I opened up art galleries around the world. The first being in Tribeca, in 172, and made history and started to reconstruct the DNA of the world. And that was the whole purpose. When I first left the music business, everyone thought being independent was crazy. And I had to change the narrative. And I did. I had to go independent and show people that you can still live luxury without compromising living or quality of living and still maintain your integrity. Keep your integrity intact. But keep your, and then try to make it look like I'm struggling. Yeah, if I'm using my own money, I'm struggling. But it's a struggle I choose, like a real nigga. So it's all.
That's pretty powerful. Actually, you've been saying it. It's right there behind me. It's like you're speaking our principles and you haven't seen the film yet, but you're learning to see the film. But it's like this is exactly what the principles that we talk all the time in terms of hockey. So there's quite a few questions in the chat. Do you mind just staying over for a couple more minutes to answer some questions?
Sure.
You guys, any questions that you have, please put it in the chat. It was so interesting because I was sitting there when you kept talking about suckers, and I was like, wait, what is a sucker? And then I looked in the chat, and I was like, yeah, what is a sucker? So thank you for clearing that up. So how do you not be a sucker in business? And can you, be a sucker, but then you kind of like get a change of heart and you start doing the right things, or are you a sucker for your whole entire life?
Most suckers I know stay suckers. You'll be suckers for life.
While we're waiting for these questions, so what are you doing now? Like, what's your new aspiration or your new dream that you're dreaming for yourself, your family?
I'm really loving building this educational children's sector with Raquel. So, she did books and cartoons and, we have plans to make our own version of Disney, a Black Disney. And, a lot of stuff in the NFT world, art. I think I like that opportunity. And movies, a lot of movies. It's always making movies, TV shows. World domination on my time.
Okay, all right. Okay, we got quite a few in here. So someone says congratulations on the newborn.
Thank you.
He's 7 months, guys. Like this, yeah. The little Dusko is something else. That's his name.
Yeah, that's my old man.
Yeah. All right, now.
Where is baby Dusko? You went to sleep? Where's baby Dusko? Oh, she got it? Oh, she got it. She's quiet.
All right. So are 99% of hip hop artists suckers?
I don't know. I haven't seen them in a while. But I think there's a lot of people that are perceived that are doing well that are. But I'm not going to say everyone is.
So when you think about Africa, it has its most natural resources, but Africa has the same culture as colonization over and over again. Is true?
Yeah, it's crazy out there. I was out there, and this is an example of the mentality. I was like, damn, I love these mangoes. This mango juice is crazy good. I'm like, yeah, it's African mango juice. You know how you gotta get it? You have to the African mangoes in Ireland, and then they have to buy them back from Ireland. And, that was crazy to me. Africa's a continent. People think it's a state or a country. You know what I'm saying? It's the most resourceful continent on the planet, and they make it look like it's the broken, but it's actually the rich. So if you go to Africa, the people get money out there, they're not from Africa, you know. So yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, there's actually a brother that is setting up shop in Africa to do that right there. You know, he's a black guy who's selling fruit to Africans and to us in America, but from Africa. Because he was, you know, he couldn't understand that same thing he was talking about. Yeah. So someone's talking about like, how do they take their clothing brand mainstream? And I don't know, a lot of reasons behind it. Actually, just that was that. A little bit.
Fashion is a real business, you know. So you have to like start with a very high-end independent, not independent, a high-end sort of a designer kind of a brand. You know, that's why you get that. So what I want to go with it. It's like you have to lose money. Like when I started going to work, my business plan said I had to lose $2 million a year in 5 years before I even started to become sustainable. And you know, the whole purpose was to get to like Bird Dog Printing, which is one door, and get editorial, all perception, building a brand. Can't build a brand overnight. It takes like 5-10 years to do. You have to be consistent. And then once you establish yourself at this higher level, then you diffuse and you let people make yourself available at a cheaper price point. For example, Ralph Lauren makes purple label. First of all, your name is Ralph Lipschitz, I'm sure everybody knows that. From the Bronx, started out broke, built the brand on top. He don't make no money from purple label. He don't make no money from his store. Where they make money is people buying those polo shirts half price at the outlet. Because of what his brand represents, which is all the Las Vegas. Because it costs the same $5 to make that shirt than it would make for a Jason Penny shirt. Because they put that polo horse on it. You'll buy it half price at $60. Because it was at full price at $100, but it only costs $5 to make. So half price you still make 5 times. But my point is, you have to have something happen that people can't afford, so that people can use it and they can buy it in the masses. Another example, Mercedes-Benz does not make no money from Maybach. Not many people can afford a Maybach.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.